All right, y'all, let's talk about Andrea. She is played by Sanaya Lathan in the red dress, and we are going to determine if Andrea is a victim of unfortunate circumstances or if she is someone who victimizes others. Okay, y'all, first let's determine Andrea's eligibility to call herself a victim. Okay, in this scene here, we learn that she's the victim of a poor mindset because she grew up with her dad cheating on her mom. He left her mom, and now she thinks that the other woman is always the one who gets the man, the good life, the money, and the wife is left destitute. So she is perfectly fine being the other woman. Her mom advised her not to think this way, and she said that William would not leave his wife for her. However, Andrea said that she was going to enjoy the ride as long as she could. In another scene, Charlotte tells Abigail that her family has been known to prey on the weak. And I do believe that Andrea is weak and sees William as powerful. Now let's get into why I feel that way. All right, y'all. So first, let's talk about why I feel that Andrea is weak. Okay, in this scene, we see Jillian catching William and Andrea kissing, but prior to catching them, William tells Andrea that her husband Chris had been trying to get loans from the competition and from banks so that he could start up his own company. And Andrea looks very timid and she replies, "Well, he can be persistent." So I deduce from that Andrea knows that William expects her to keep Chris under control, and the timidity that she showed was her cowering and weakness. Another example of Andrea showing weakness is when Chris showed up to take her to lunch. Now, she started to protest when Chris tried to speak to William about his business proposition, but she shut up quickly when William told her to let Chris speak. All right, y'all, let's talk about why Andrea Macy William is powerful, okay? So y'all know Abigail Dexter, the COO that Charlotte hired, was talking to Andrea and William about him signing the Hong Kong account being a bad idea. Now she was trying to speak, but he told her not to speak. He said, "Don't speak." And what did Andrea do when he told that grown woman not to speak? She smiled. A smile crossed her face. And y'all, in this scene right here, this is another example of him exerting his power, okay? He goes up to that newly married couple and tells Chris that he'll give him a job. Then he turns right back around and tells Andrea that he'll give her a job. Now, this may have been a plot for him to just get close to her, but Andrea probably appreciated the power that he obviously had. Y'all, we have established that she is a victim. But let's move on to reasons why she may be a victimizer. In which ways does she hurt others? Okay, y'all. Well, she obviously hurts her husband and Jillian by committing adultery. But does she hurt anyone else? Well, she's disrespectful to everyone, okay? Um, she isn't really disrespectful towards her mother, okay? She doesn't like the wedding dress and doesn't want to wear it, but that's not really a sign of disrespect, in my opinion. And y'all, there's a scene when the three of them are in the diner, and Pam informs Andrea that their mom only earned $217 that week. And Andrea begins to look very sad about that, y'all. She begins to look concerned, and she writes her mom a check of $5,000. So I don't think she holds any disrespect towards her mother. So, is Andrea a victim or a victimizer? Well, y'all, I say both because, as the old saying goes, hurt people hurt people. She was definitely hurt by her father walking out on the family, and she was hurting others. Like, she definitely played a major role in hurting Chris and Jillian. Now, y'all, in this scene, Alice asks Andrea how long she and William had been sleeping together. And she also says that she raised her daughters to love God and respect other people. However, at Charlotte's funeral, she admits that parents are not the kids' only influences. So we can be influenced by one thing or another, but at the end of the day, we choose what we do. Now, my personal opinion, Andrea should have stopped cheating and she should have just taken that $284,000 and built an empire with her husband. Yeah, she should have admitted that she cheated, but y'all, he probably would have forgiven her because, after adultery, sometimes, the marriage can be mended easier if the person knows that you are his preference. Time for a bonus question, y'all. Did William love Andrea? I don't think he did, and here's why. He also wanted to sleep with Abigail Dexter, the COO. So he was just being lustful. He had an adulterous spirit. That's all it was. He didn't love Andrea. And besides, y'all, scripture says love does no harm. And if he really loved her, then he would have been encouraging her salvation instead of trying to lead her into sin. I believe the enemy deceived Andrea as he does so many, and she was tricked into a way of thinking and a life that ultimately left her without a good, hardworking man. It reminds me of the scripture, he who has nothing, even what he has will be taken away. Um, Andrea didn't have the good sense to live right, so she lost what she did have, a good man. Should Chris have taken her back? Y'all, what do y'all think? Should he have forgiven her after all this and gotten back with his wife and stepson? I don't know, y'all. Consider the fact that Andrea only wanted him back after he had became wealthy and started his own business. Well, y'all, I had a fun time making this video. I really love this movie. Let me know what y'all think of my analysis of Andrea. Remember that I said I believe she is a victim and a victimizer because hurt people hurt people. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in my next video.